Well, hey folks, Species 7 here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Edgewater, Saskatchewan, and Farm Sim 22. So, we have some work to do. Oh, I thought I had it already. Oh, I do have it already. Not only is it all ready, it's already parked at the field. We've got to go and cut our other field. So, yeah, I'm kind of on a time stress here this morning. In about an hour, a little less, the property's going to fill up with trucks, and then very shortly after, the screaming of chainsaws. You see the new owners, who I don't know where they live, but it's nowhere around here, have decided that the massive, well over 100-year-old fir tree that grows on the side of the property that I live on should come down. Now, the reason I know the tree is that old, this building went up in the early 1930s, I think 1932, the portion that I live in. And the tree was obviously not only there, but well established, because they built the lower driveway where I park my car around it. Like, they curved it around it, they put up a little barrier wall all the way around it, brick lined it, the whole 9 yards. So it was obviously a tree of some stature. And that, as I said, is in 1932 when this building was, well, it might have started construction even earlier, but it was finished in 32. Yeah, so even though there has been a safety railing at the side of the stairs that go down between the top portion of the building and the lower one, that broke off about 6 months ago and was reported to them as having done such, and they have done nothing about it. And even though there's been a hot water heater that was replaced, and then the old one put outside, and is still sitting there 5 months later, and the box for it. During windstorms and such, the neighbors go down and roll the thing back on top of the box so the box doesn't take off around the neighborhood. But none of these things have seemed relevant enough for them to do anything about, especially the safety railing. I mean, it's completely collapsed. A woman actually fell down the stairs. You know. And it was reported to the owners that day that it needed work. And the property management guy goes, "Okay, I told them. We'll see if they want to fix it." Which, yeah, okay. They'll see if they want to fix it. But they are coming today to cut down the tree. We got a notice yesterday evening, so 12 hours notice, to find a place to put our cars other than the parking lot for an undisclosed period of time. We're not allowed to bring them back until the entire tree site is cleared up. So, I mean, who knows? It's Saturday morning. We're talking a tree that's 6 feet around at the base, probably 100 feet high. You know, it has branches that are 2 foot thick and 40 feet long. You know what I mean? So this isn't a, oh, we'll have her done by noon thing. This could take days. And if they don't work tomorrow, say, because it's Sunday, then, you know, yeah. Anyway. That's what's going on. And because this tree is 30 feet from, you know, my front door, basically, it's going to be deafening with the sound of chainsaws for I don't know how many days here, as they cut everything up to be hauled away, etc., etc. Man, these fields are twitchy. Okay. I'm thinking that's probably low enough. And up we get. So yeah, I really don't understand their priorities, you know. Now, granted, I can see as a property owner that the tree is a bit of a negative. You know, for one, it has for decades now been pushing roots up under the lower driveway and lifting the asphalt. Like, there's bumps there that if I hit them with my car, you'd swear you'd just torn the entire undercarriage out. But and the fact that it drops literally tons of fir needles, all over the property every single year. Like, I mean, to the point where our old manager, Mikey, he used to sweep the entire place 3 or 4 times a year, whenever it was dry enough, right? But, of course, with the new management, we don't get anything because we only have a property manager, not an actual apartment block manager. So, yeah, nothing's been done since they bought the place. Nothing at all, you know. In fact, almost a year ago, one of our residents, who unfortunately is a bit of a drug user, I'm not sure if it's meth or what, but yeah, one of a fairly heavy sort of addiction, unfortunately. Nice enough young girl, but, well, I guess she's not so young anymore. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But, I guess she'd phoned an ambulance because she thought she was ODing, and then started to feel a little better or come down a bit or whatever the scoop is. And when the ambulance showed up, she thought, well, I'll just not answer the door. Unfortunately, that's not really the way it works. So the ambulance, fearing the worst, which is sort of their job, thought that maybe, you know, she was incapable of answering the door because whatever her affliction was had reached that point. So they phoned the RCMP, and the RCMP, that's the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, that's our government police force. Yeah, it's weird that a country like this has a police force that's owned by the government. That almost seems, a little bit weird, but it's the way it is. So, but at any rate, as there were no accessible doors, windows, like nothing was unlocked, and she was still not responding to either the ambulance or the police attempts, the police finally jimmied the porch door to get in, only to find out, well, yeah. Now, there is no law that says you have to open your door, so, it's not like they could go, well, screw you, you're in a poop now. But, anyway, long story long, her porch door has remained unsecured since, even though the property management was notified by the RCMP that they had done that and her door would need resecured. Yeah. Until she actually moved out, she moved back to the Indian Nation Reserve. But until she moved out, they didn't bother fixing the lock on the door. So for 4 or 5 months, she lived there with an apartment that you couldn't lock. But yeah, their priorities are to cut down this probably 150-year-old fir tree instead. So, I don't know. In case you haven't guessed, it doesn't make me happy that they're doing this. Even though, like I said, I have to, every single day and from about September on, all through the winter and well into the spring, and As it is actually all year now, because nobody actually cleans the... I've swept my entire driveway, a couple of 100 yards of it, so to clean all the needles once they'd stopped falling. But unfortunately, that's the only place that it was done, because we don't have any manager anymore to do it. But yeah, at least once a day. And if I've been out and in, and I've been, I have a mat outside to wipe my shoes and the whole 9 yards, and you end up with a house full of needles every freaking day. But I guess they're going to put an end to that. I mean, they won't clean up the needles that have already fallen or anything, no. But yeah, I really don't understand that they're going to put that kind of money into... because that's not a cheap thing to have done either. Make no mistake. You can't just, tell your buddy next door, well, unless he's a professional faller, but you can't just tell your buddy next door to, oh, hey, I got this tree on my property, you want to come over and cut it down? No. When it's something like that, where the tree is, like I said, that kind of height to it, and close to a building, etc., you have to hire a professional crew, obviously. Well, I hope they hire a decently professional crew. But yeah, I don't know. So yeah, it's currently 7:53 a.m. We were told to have our vehicles cleared from the lot by 8:30 a.m. So yeah, I moved my vehicle early this morning. Parked it down behind the building by the laundromat. I'm not going to leave it out on the street for some undisclosed period of time. That's for dang sure. Alright, we're almost full. There we go. Well, we got once around the field anyway. So I got a feeling this is going to be a long job. But they got a beautiful day for it. I went out for my walk early this morning as usual, and yep, could see all the stars and moon and stuff. So, and it's the sun's just sort of getting to a point of daylightedness now, and yeah, it's going to be a nice day. Well, other than the constant roaring of chainsaws and large trucks, and who knows, hopefully they don't make a mess of it and drop half of it through the roof of the building, because that we don't need. We should do some in-cab driving. Oh, a little farther, come on. We actually want the back of the trailer to be over the hole. So how's our cow doodles doing? Yeah, I tried everything with these bales, man. I dragged them all over the place. I even tried the one square up top there, but that's, I don't know. I think he's got squares just to turn light switches and stuff on. But, I mean, that one square, all it does is turn off all the squares. So, yeah, unfortunately, I mean, it is certainly a usable hayloft, right? Because it's set up so you can simply push the bales off, and guess where they land? Right on the trigger for the bales. But, yeah, I don't know. It's, I think just more trouble than it would be worth, to be completely honest. I think it is just more trouble than it would be worth. Alright, let's go and do it again. At least our monster... Ooh, I didn't even look. Oh. And through there, through there. There we go. Don't try this at home, kids. And we're here. This thing is such a powerhouse. Indeed. It wasn't cheap even at whatever the heck it was, 56% off or something. Yeah. But what a nice piece of kit to have. Have I mentioned I really like this tractor? No? Oh, well, let me enlighten you. Okay, here we go. Oh, wrong one. And down you go. Well, I guess we could have left it up for a moment, but... So I know the grass field at the farm is going to require pH adjustment. I'm not sure about the condition of this one. I haven't really checked. Actually, let's poke our snout out this way, shall we? Then maybe we can get a bit of a headroom in here. Lovely. Okay. Yeah, it's always a challenge to do just about anything in these fields. You get a little bit spoiled by the more regularly shaped ones. I mean, heck, even when I do one of the homestead-style farms, usually I'm going to make the fields fairly uniform. It just pays off, you know. Okay, yeah, I guess we're gonna go there. So, oh, I guess we won't. Let's just clean up the back of this place. Whoa! Mellow out, dude. Yeah, we are, I think this lovely country that I live in is very, very soon gonna get a very rough wake-up call. Financial analysts all over the world are going, well, you know what? You think when the real estate bubble burst in the States it was bad? Wait till it hits Canada. We're way worse. We've got far too much tied up in it. You know? And it was just bad decision making that brought it to it, you know? It wasn't, you know, for some reason we thought when the States bubble burst down there and the banks down in the States all lowered rates to, you know, compensate for it, because that's kind of what you have to do. Even though we didn't have the same issue up here, for some reason it was decided we also would do that. And the interest rates dipped, and people started buying properties, and properties just kept jumping up in price, and yeah. Is it raining? What is with this place, man? This is July and it's rained twice already. Although, I mean, you know, to be fair, here in BC, it's usually beautiful in May, and you think, wow, summer, man. And then June sucks. It rains almost daily. And, so yeah, I could see it. And that seems to have been getting a little bit later every year. You know, so yeah, it's already creeped into the first week of July, so I suppose. Now, I think after this run, we should be pretty much assured that we are getting a really good supply put in. Actually, how about if we do this? Yeah. Quite the nasty day out here, eh? Wow. That's not great. 80%. Wow. We are going to get, I think, enough to meet our needs for quite a while. Which is a good thing. Because I am thinking I probably don't Plan on keeping the grass field at the farm as a grass field for all that long. You know what I mean? That's going to be hopefully eventually a few more animal pens and that sort of thing. And then we should be able to keep up with hay and such. From here, do what we were doing before, where we'll do, you know, windrow the entire thing and then turn half of it or whatever we need for hay, and the rest of it leave as grass. Seems sensible enough. Not that I'm a big expert on sensible, but you know. Occasionally I make a pretty good guess. Oh no, I'm full. Whoopsie. Ooh, for a while, eh? Shows you who's paying attention. Oh man. For quite a... What, this entire row? No, not all of it. I did start out with the best of intentions. Oh boy. No. There'll be a little bit of cleanup on aisle C going on here when we get back. Ba, 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 ba. That's one nice thing about large flat areas. You can be 40 feet from the stop sign there and see a half a mile in both directions. So you go, yeah, no, I barely don't need to slow down at all. There's nobody around. So, which isn't to say you don't make mistakes, like looking at the door pillar and going, yeah, there's nothing there, and then pulling out and realizing, oh, that doesn't go up when you hit the X? Well, that's kind of a shame. I think I just broke half the blades off on the railway tracks. Whoops. Alright, let's pull in. Perfect. What do we got? 44 and another 60. Okay, so we're well over 100,000 now. It's not a light rain. It's a frickin' downpour, man. Good lord. Good day to be a duck. Speaking of which, let's see how they're doing. You're liking this, aren't you? Woohoo! It's a duck day, man. It's a genuine duck day. Alright, you're good. You're eating about 200 liters of food. I think they'd have a little bit of a shelter. I mean, they got this, but they gotta stick the egg cartons out in the freaking rain. Ay, boy, somebody's not thinking. Alright. Now that we smell like a wet dog and we're gonna foul up the windows with frog, let's get out of here and do some more work. Did I say frog? I meant fog. It's one thing I dislike about driving in wet weather. I mean, I have a really old car, but so usually if it's a wet, miserable day, she's pretty fogged up. So you spend all the time getting her up to temperature. Look at that, eh? They even do it to their own kind, and get her all that. And then the first place you have to actually get out of the vehicle, you get a little bit damp, so you climb back into the car, and boom, the entire car is instantly fogged up again. Of course, it doesn't help that my car's got about the interior volume of your average PC case. So, alright. Let's go and figure out. There it is. Look at that, eh? And we're off. Boy, it might take us 2 days to cut this. Yeah, that was already halfway back. That's hilarious. My God. Commenting here. We're at 40%. Yeah, 70% wear. Yeah. Oh, look, we're at 140%, 150%. I've driven darn near 4 miles. Okay. Well. This farming thing's pretty complicated. Okay. Well, it's coming. Whew. Tell you what. Wow, we're already at 34%, eh? Crazy times. Ah, heck, let's run another strip this way instead. Because we're going to need to widen this part anyway. There we go. $8.15. Alright, well, I would imagine that stuff's going to start showing up here pretty soon. So, I'm going to, I have my, reasonably nice quality digital camera set up on the tripod. I'm going to go stick it on my front porch so I can film at least a portion of it, but I want to get a good start shot while the tree is still completely intact. So I'm going to put this one in the can, and I'm going to go out and do the first quick little video of it. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed, guys. If you did, please remember to hit that like button. Hopefully it won't be such a miserable day when we get back. Alright, take care of each other, and ciao for now.